Hey guys. So about 50 hours ago, Obama signed Executive Order National Defense Resources Preparedness. Um, so basically, I'm going to have the link below. To be honest, reading through the thing, I read through the whole thing, and it's, I'm going to say that to some extent is above my level of understanding exactly what it all means. Um, so I'm not going to try to say that I'm some sort of expert on law or on the national emergency disaster declared, but I will say this: what I do know, I guess, are my suppositions, my um, thoughts on the matter. I guess from reading it, as far as I can tell, it basically is not good. I'm not sure exactly what it means all, but we've been in a state of emergency since September 14th, 2001, which has been extended under Obama. And during the state of emergency, the president has special powers. And from the looks of what's going on in this bill, it's whatever it is just really can't be good for um, people who are in the business of producing things as far as energy or anything. Um, to me, from what I can gather, just by looking at it and through what I understand of it, it looks like the government is poisoning itself to take control of the manufacturing, basically. Um, it's putting itself in a position where it can take control of production, the means of production. So, um, not only that, but it's also putting itself in a position to essentially um, create. I want to read what it says here in section. I think it's 501 that I read. It'll only take you about 20 minutes to read all this, going back and trying to understand what it all says. Okay, maybe it'll take me a little longer than 20 minutes. All right. The National Defense Executive Reserve. There is an established There is established in the executive branch a National Defense Executive Reserve, composed of persons of recognized expertise from various segments of the private sector and from government except full-time federal employees for training and employment in executive positions in the federal government in the event of a national defense emergency. The Secretary of Homeland Security shall issue necessary guidance for the ENDER program, is what I'm calling it. The ENDER program in DER, including appropriate guidance for establishment, recruitment, training, monitoring, and activation of ENDER units, and shall be responsible for overall coordination of the ENDER program. The authority of the President under Section 710E of the Act 50 U.S.C. To determine periods of national defense emergency is delegated to the Secretary of Homeland Security. The head of any agency may implement Section 501 of this order with respect to ENDER operations in such agency. So basically, what that part of it, C, um, the Secretary of Energy, the Secretary of Agriculture, and all these people that are heads of this thing can activate an ENDER group for operations in which that agency would need it. D. The head of each agency with an Ender unit may exercise the authority under 703 of Act 50 U.S.C. App 2153 to employ civilian personnel when activating all or part of its Ender unit. The exercise of this authority shall be subject to the provisions of 501E and of this order shall not be redelegated, meaning they can't delegate out the authority to activate the Ender units. The head of the agency may activate an Ender unit in whole or in part upon written determination of the Secretary of Homeland Security that an emergency affecting the national defense exists and that the activation of the unit is necessary to carry out the emergency program functions of the agency. Prior to activating the Ender unit, the head of the agency shall notify in writing the Assistant to the President for Homeland Security and Counterterrorism of the impending activation. Section 502, Consultants. The head of each agency may otherwise delegated functions under this order is delegated the authority of the President under Section 710, blah, 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 to employ persons of outstanding experience and ability without compensation and to employ experts, consultants, or organizations. The authority delegated by this section may not be re-delegated. So to be honest, I don't know what that means. I don't know if an Ender unit consists of a couple of experts that they're pulling in without pay or something, or what, or if an Ender unit consists of like a military type unit. But either way, I don't know exactly what to say to all this just because I just don't really know. But there's a lot of people that are talking about it right now. So you should probably go and check out some of those other people and see what's up. But I'll put a link to the thing below. And that's really all I got to say about that.